Hey guys, Harry Thomas here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the funnest award of the Harry Awards 2022. Most disappointing and worst picture. Most disappointing is not the worst of the worst, but they were movies that I wanted to put on my top 10 best movies of 2021. But they let me down considerably. Without further ado, here are the three nominees for most disappointing.
Spider-Man No Way Home, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Raya and the Last Dragon.
And the Harry Award 2022 for most disappointing goes to Raya and the Last Dragon. Just to give you all a heads up, I have not put Raya in the nominees for Worst Picture at the Harry Awards, as I probably did go too far putting it in my worst list earlier this year. As Raya is by no means terrible, it's just a flat out as Raya's by no means terrible, it's just immensely underwhelming and belongs in the disappointing category, but not the worst. But this was my most anticipated animated movie for 2021, but Encanto turned out to be the movie that I wanted Raya to be. This is Disney's clear failed attempt to cash in on the success of DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. This movie should have been way more mature and grittier than it was. It should have been way more battle heavy. This road trip is sluggish and boring to say the least. And by animation standards, it's still pretty to look at, sure, particularly Sisu's fur and the Kamandra itself is a pretty decent fantasy realm. And there's not even a proper antagonist here. The Durin are just a bunch of black clouds. I mean, how intimidating. Sarcasm. I get what this movie was trying to do, its message about trusting one another and unity, but its executors are all wrong. Raya would trust Namari, who stabbed her in the back not once, but freaking twice. And the side characters that go on the road trip with Raya and Sisu are some of the most forgettable supporting characters I have seen from Disney in years. And to say it was a mistake to make Sisu talk and have Aquafina voice her was an understatement. Sisu should have been a silent character like Gromit from Wallace and Gromit or Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. At least Aquafina got a solid role in Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings, but as Sisu, my god, she annoyed the hell out of me. She would never shut up, God, and stop trying to be the genie, Sisu. You're not. And Raya is probably the most generic and most boring Disney princess of the past decade. Has nothing on Elsa and Anna. Even James Newton Howard's score was his weakest score to date, and the scene where Raya goes, the dragons didn't come back because people don't deserve them. That is a direct copy of the beautiful goodbye scene from How to Train Your Dragon 3 The Hidden World, where Hiccup goes to Toothless, our world doesn't deserve you yet. Sorry, Disney, but How to Train Your Dragon shows you how it's done. I would easily watch each of the three How to Train Your Dragon movies over Raya any day, so I'm proud to call Raya the most disappointing movie of 2021. So yeah, Disney, better luck next time when attempting to do How to Train Your Dragon. And now on to the nominees for Worst Picture. Now these 10 movies are unforgivably shit and the bane of cinema. And boy, did a 2021 have its share of movies like that. So, without further ado, here are the 10 nominees for Worst Picture.
Army of the Dead, Music, Boss Baby 2, Family Business, Sing 2, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Spirit Untamed, The King's Man, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Tom and Jerry, Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway.
And the Harry Award 2022 for Worst Picture goes to Army of the Dead. Duh. Yeah, I'm sorry, Zack Snyder. I love you, but you dropped the ball with your zombie movie. That's not to say Army of the Dead or Army of the Dread is the worst Netflix movie. Goodness no, that still goes to cuties. Pedophilia is worse than a bad zombie movie any day. So Zack Snyder's Justice League was Zack Snyder's real masterpiece of 2021, and Army of the Dread feels like it was made by a different director entirely. It's that much of a dip in quality. Zack Snyder can do astonishing action like he did in Man of Steel, but all the action scenes in Army of the Dread, my god, look ridiculous, particularly the final showdown with Dave Bautista's character and the Zombie King. In that helicopter, and Dave Bautista's father and daughter story is messed up. Why the fuck would his daughter be still talk to her dad after what he did to her mother? I don't care that her mother transformed her into a zombie, and the movie's ending is completely abrupt. We get no resolution, and it just and the cliffhanger lazily sets up an Army of the Dead 2. The zombie tiger is not a patch on Shere Khan as a tiger villain, and the Zombie King impregnating the Queen Zombie. Seriously, there is no fucking way zombies could impregnate one another, Zack Snyder. So, yeah, I'm proud to call Army of the Dread the worst movie of 2021. Fuck Army of the Dead and its upcoming sequel, which I am dressing beyond belief. I pray Zack Snyder can make a good movie once he's done with Army of the Desert, but so that was most disappointing and worst picture, and stay tuned for the penultimate awards of the Harry Awards 2022, best score and best original song. I'll see you all then.